in the tradition of the Oscars, Jason, I think we should start out with as a group. We should talk about one of the bigger categories first, because the Oscars generally start out with supporting actor and actress.
Yeah.
So let's start out with supporting actor. I'll list off the nominees here, and I read an article the other day that I found very interesting. It said this is one of the only times this has happened in any category. Every single one of these people already has an Oscar.
In supporting actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single person in this
amazing.
category already has an Oscar. So there's no there's a lot of always politics in the Oscars where it's like, oh, well, that guy did really good 5 years ago and we didn't give him an Oscar. So he didn't do as good this year, but we owe him an Oscar. So let's give him an Oscar.
There's none of the easy narratives to
Exactly.
kind of live for here.
They may actually just pick the best actor.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That was very un-Oscar-like.
Yeah.
But so the five actors are Alan Arkin in Argo, Robert De Niro in Silver Linings Playbook, Philip Seymour Hoffman in The Master, Tommy Lee Jones in Lincoln, and Christoph Waltz in Django Unchained. What do we think?
If I had to go out of those five, the performance I thought was the best out of those, I would definitely go with Philip Seymour Hoffman. I think it's a pretty much lock that Tommy Lee Jones is going to win this.
Really?
And, you know, I think a lot of it has to do, again, with kind of the structure of Lincoln, which is set up to be this highly kind of speechified, a lot of monologues, which tends to draw the attention of Academy voters. It's those nice moments that they can play the clip of when in the scene and show you how much the person is acting. So I think it sets up really nicely for him.
Yeah. I thought, and Tommy Lee Jones kind of has the emotional climax in some ways in the film. So he probably has a little bit of the edge there. Actually, my favorite performance in Lincoln, other than Daniel Day-Lewis, was James Spader.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
Really good.
And he really added a lot.
If I was going to add one more person to this category, I would add James Spader.
Yeah.
And James Spader is really a supporting actor. The rest of these guys, they're all sort of like the movie really could have been about them, I think, except for maybe Alan Arkin. But otherwise, the movie really could have been just about them instead of the main characters. So especially Tommy Lee Jones. But I really kind of hope James Spader would get in there because it was kind of a fun role. It was kind of like, hey, I'm just doing this James Spader thing that I'm just being goofy and I'm the fun version of this, thing. So I like that. I did think Tommy Lee Jones is the best of these that I've seen, but I have not seen The Master. But I do like I said this last week, but I'll say it again because it was only on our on our YouTube channel. I loved what Robert De Niro did in Silver Linings Playbook because it wasn't – he took this sort of family-friendly dad character that he's been playing for the last 10 years in really mediocre films, and he did a good version of it in a good film. Yeah, and I really liked that he managed to find a way to do that.
More complicated version of that, too.
Yeah.
He's not just a sourpuss. Like, you get some emotional range from him in it.
Yeah.
I think that is definitely more attractive than the meet the parents roles.
Exactly.
Yeah. One review called his performance shockingly present. That he actually bothered to show up after 15 years of phoning it in. Yeah.
I loved Christoph Waltz.
Me too.
In Django, but I mean, it felt quite a bit like the character he played in
Inglourious
Bastards.
The flip side of that.
And that's why I would argue maybe that Leonardo DiCaprio deserves to be there rather than Christoph Waltz, because Leonardo DiCaprio really carries that middle half of that movie. Yeah, I really feel like that's the case.
He was wonderful.
He was really great in it. So I was a little surprised, honestly, by the nomination, just because that's at least who I was more impressed with in that movie. I would have to pretty much concur that Tommy Lee Jones probably has it, although I really liked what Robert De Niro did in Silver Linings Playbook. I was really sort of trying to figure out a way of putting it until Andy mentioned that it was pretty much the non-vanilla version of everything that he's been doing for a while now. So I would have to pick that one out. This is probably the one that I'm really wishy-washy in. I really did like Philip Seymour Hoffman, but again, it's Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's like, I'll be impressed when he doesn't do something good.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
And the point about, like, he is the master. He is the center of the film to me, and it kind of made more sense to have him as best actor and Joaquin Phoenix as best supporting to me.
Yeah,
I didn't quite get that.
I would kind of agree with that. Yeah.
I have two people that I really thought should have been nominated for this.
Yeah.
One of them being Matthew McConaughey for Magic Mike.
Oh yeah, okay.
I thought his it's kind of the Robert De Niro thing where he's been playing this kind of character for a while, but he was electric in that movie and just to me brought like this heart and this humor to the movie that some of the other characters didn't have. And then I really loved End of Watch, the kind of cop drama with Jake Gyllenhaal as the star, but Michael Pena as the support as his partner. Michael Pena is an actor in Hollywood. He's always been that guy, supporting, never a star. Was fantastic in this film. Really the heart of it. And I was, looking at all of these people that have won this award before and performances that I didn't think were just blow you out of the park amazing. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't take more chances with this award because this seems to me like the one where you could highlight people maybe on the outside a little bit more. And they didn't really do that this year.
Yeah, well, and if you look at this award in the past, this is where those sort of strange nominees and things sort of sneak in a lot of times. But yeah, I think so. Tommy Lee Jones, I think, will win.
Yes.
And I think I could flip a coin between De Niro and Tommy Lee Jones for this. For I should win. So will win, should win.
Yeah,
Craig?
yeah, my pick. Yeah.
I would go Tommy Lee Jones to win, Philip Seymour Hoffman for the should have won.
Yeah.
I would agree with James.
Yeah. All right. A Place for Film is recorded at WFIU Studios in Bloomington, Indiana.